Do you want anything from the shop?
Cornetto.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you.
That's my secret, Cat.
I'm a Jedi.
I'm Batman.
Yes.
It feels really nostalgic to me. Is
That's
it too
the
nostalgic?
point.
Yeah,
That's-
Are people gonna like it?
Fuck 'em.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
Why so serious?
The first rule of Fight Club is
Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
it's tricky like that, Jesus.
Life, finds a way.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
You talking to me? What do they call it?
They call it Royale with cheese.
It's spicy. You like spicy?
No.
It's not so spicy. Come on.
This, my friend, is a pint. It comes in pints. I can get you one.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Real Film Podcast. I'm your host Rob, and I'm joined as always by my co-host Matt.
Hello. Oh,
I thought you were going to say your name.
Go on.
Yeah, I didn't plan that at all.
No, we didn't.
Just forgot your name, so there you go. We've got a special episode today, Matt, because there's a special film out.
Very special film out.
10 years in the making. It's I forgot what I was going to call it then. Marvel's Avengers. What am I doing? Avengers: Infinity War.
The entire time I knew him, he only ever had one goal. To wipe out half the universe. If he gets all the Infinity Stones, he can do it with the snap of his fingers.
We should say from the off, we are going full spoilers because there's no point not. So if you haven't seen it, I don't know why you listened to this in the first place. So the fact it's going to be called Infinity War spoiler review on the episode should be a clear indication, and that should filter out anyone who's not seen it. But there's a lot in this film where it's really good because it doesn't handhold you and it doesn't say this is Thor, this is this person comes from here. It's just, if you've watched all the films, this is for you, and if you haven't, tough, go and watch all the films.
Exactly.
I really like that.
I do, yeah. It was good.
Overall impressions, Matt, before we get into more specifics.
I loved all of it, pretty much. I think I was sat there just going, I was so into all of it. I couldn't objectively look at it as a film until I'm sure I watch it again. Yeah,
I couldn't. I've seen it twice, and even the second time I was just like, I'm having way too much fun to even.
I was like, I'm having so much fun. I was just like, oh, this is amazing all the way through. So I wasn't like, usually even when I go into films like these, I'm sort of going, oh, I enjoyed that, but that could have been better, and that was a bit naff, that bit, wasn't it? Whereas this, I was just enjoying it all from pretty much start to finish. So
yeah, I'm the same.
Pretty damn good.
Really enjoyed pretty much all of it. I was like, do you know, it jumps as well, and sometimes you're kind of, because it's just jumping through so many characters and different scenes and stuff, and most of the time in films where it does that, you're kind of like, oh, I kind of want to be with the person who I've just jumped from. Yeah, and there's always bits which are like better than others, but this is just, it was just, oh, with Tony Stark now now we're in Wakanda, now we're on Titan, now we're in space. It's just, it's so good.
It was, yeah. I think everything just came together. There was nothing overly convoluted, or you weren't really sat there going, well, it feels really forced that these two characters have been brought together. It feels like they're just doing it for the sake of it, or that this person's not in that situation just for the sake of it. It all kind of felt, on initial viewing, quite natural in who ended up with whom. And
yeah, it still does, to be honest.
Different parents and stuff like that.
It's like, even
there's only one tiny bit that I was like, that's kind of maybe possibly a bit too, there's not an explanation for it, but it needed to happen because it's a big part in the story later on. But that was the only thing that I kind of initially picked up on in terms of that anyway.
Which bit?
I don't know why I'm beating around the bush.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Just the fact that Thanos doesn't...
I was like, have I just blanked out? Have I had a stroke or something and missed 10 minutes of what you said?
Yeah, I don't know why. Just the bit that when Thanos doesn't kill Thor at the very beginning, he just kind of leaves him instead.
I suppose he doesn't really care, does it? Like, that's not really the point of what he's doing.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't
justify why he doesn't but he kind of has killed literally everyone else in that ship, but leaves
Has he,
alive
though?
one. I think he has, yeah.
Because Thor says later on, like, Thanos has killed half my people.
Yeah, true. He's killed a
So,
lot
like,
of people.
but he's destroyed a ship. That's technically killing them. Like, I only killed half of them, then destroyed the ship. That means the
seems
other half
like
died.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's dead anyway.
But what about
but you leave
Korg?
alive the most powerful one alive, so he can play a part in the story. But apart from that, was the only thing that I was a bit like, that's kind of.
I suppose it's kind of
seems a bit
irrelevant.
easy.
Yeah.
But it, the idea that Thanos isn't. He's not about just killing people and being a bad guy. Like it's probably getting deeper into something else later on. What I loved about Thanos was he didn't enjoy killing people.
He just thought it was what he had to do.
Yeah, he sort of had this weird sense of duty.
There's a line in the trailer, though. I don't think it's in the film, where it says he just literally say, "This is fun."
Oh yeah. I don't think it's in the film.
It says, "This brings a smile to my face," and that's in the trailer, but not in the film.
He also says one bit like, "When one's balancing the universe, you don't consider fun."
Yeah, exactly. But this puts a smile on my face.
Yeah, but that wasn't in the film, was it?
No, there's a few shots that weren't in the film.
Well, I think that's good though, because I think maybe they were kind of just painting him as, oh, look, he's a guy that likes killing people, he's a villain. But should we? I don't know. Maybe natural progression. What do you think of Thanos? He's been building since Avengers.
Yeah, really good. Really good.
I thought he was incredible. Like
Josh Brolin was Josh Brolin's voice is just perfect for that.
Yeah,
and the way it looked, like the mocap was so good, and the way he just looks incredible. It kind of reminds me of Andy Serkis's mocap performances, where you can see Andy Serkis in it, and it's the same with this. You could see Josh Brolin's like face and his little mannerisms, and his like the eyes were so good.
Yeah,
like the CGI. Usually mocap it's the eyes that they don't get right, or CGI is usually the eyes, and the eyes were just so like alive and real.
Yeah,
I thought it was incredible. Yeah, I thought there was a little bit in the first scene with Thor where it looked a bit iffy. I think like where he picks Thor up. Yeah, and I thought Thor looked a bit like too light almost. It looks a bit. I don't know. It didn't look quite right for me, but after that, it was really, really good.
I just felt like as a villain, it's just his backstory and the reason you kind of end up almost sympathizing with him in a way, and you can. His motives are justifiable.
I kind of wish we'd seen maybe him as a kid,
larger extent,
with Titan like being destroyed.
Yeah,
just to add a little bit extra to sort of the tragedy.
Yeah.
And maybe someone had come and destroyed, like his planet being destroyed or something. He was a kid, and that's kind of why he relates to Gamora a bit more.
Yeah,
maybe that would have been a little bit that I think was missing.
That possibly could be a bit where it's a bit stronger, because obviously he does have this affection for Gamora that isn't really. It's why Gamora over all of his other children.
Yeah,
and, why she's so special, sort of thing. But yeah, Thanos lived up to the hype.
He did, yeah. I was really worried that he wouldn't.
Yeah,
especially the Russos had kind of talked him up as well, saying this is Thanos' story and this is all about Thanos, and yeah, really good. And the end as well, like we can jump straight to the end because it's irrelevant. We're doing spoilers.
Yeah.
But the end where he's just sat there with I don't know if he's got the gauntlet on. I don't think he has he? But he's just like, I guess he's retired. But it's like a shot. I think it's directly from Infinity Gauntlet, the comic, where he's on this planet and he's just sort of sat chilling out.
But that's it, isn't it? It's not this thing of him going. He's not a bad guy. Like, well, he is a bad guy, but he's not someone that's then going, well, I've done that evil thing, so I need to go and find another evil thing to do. It's like, from his point of view, he's saved the universe, and he's saved all these planets and all these people and all these species. So he's like, all right, I'm done now. I'm going to go and chill out. My purpose is done.
Yeah, it's done.
I think that's what makes the best bad guys, is they don't know. They think they're doing something right.
Well, I like the way he says that. I think he says something like that, where he sort of says, I don't like killing people. I think he explicitly kind of says, I'm doing what has to be done. This needs to be done.
Yeah, not what I want.
And it's not really what he wants to do, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Do you want to go back to some structure?
Yeah.
Tell me his name again.
Thanos.
We got one advantage. He's coming to us. We have what Thanos wants, so that's what we'll use.
Favorite scenes I've written down here, Matt. One of my favorite scenes in this was the Thor and Rocket scene when they're on their way to get Thor's new hammer, and Thor's just talking about all the shit he's been through, and it's like the first time you see him really kind of vulnerable as a character. Like even in Ragnarok, where everything's going to shit, he's still kind of this cocky, wisecracking, like macho kind of jockey kind of bloke. And then he just confides in Rocket, and he's just talking, and he starts like crying. That bit where he sort of just does that little sniffle at the end and walks off. Yeah, it's just really effective. And I love how like in this film as well, he's so OP. Like they've worked him up to be, I think in Ragnarok as well, to be kind of by far the most powerful Avenger. Whereas in the first Avengers, you see him like taking on Iron Man and Captain America, and they all look quite equally matched. Yeah, but now he's just so overpowered, and which is good, I think. But that scene was just a really nice little poignant moment that we haven't really seen that much from him, which I thought was really good.
I think like the idea of him being like overpowered as well as like he almost discovered that in Thor in Ragnarok.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So
realized how powerful he actually was, because he always thought it was the hammer and stuff. It's like, no, it's you're the weapon sort of thing. But with that scene, you kind of forget how much he's actually lost.
Yeah, it's like, but it's still kind of the way he says it's still kind of funny as well.
Yeah,
but he's a good actor though, isn't he, Chris Hemsworth?
He's a very good actor.
He'll go places, that guy.
He will. I'm sure he'll be very successful.
Do you want to do a scene?
Cap's appearance. That was a good one, Rob.
I really love that bit. Even though I knew it was kind of when you saw
it
was
coming,
and the music just builds up to it.
Yeah,
it
was so cool.
It was good on it.
Yeah, I did get goosebumps in that scene.
There was a few bits where I got goosebumps. I was just like,
I was like, yes. Just I haven't had that sort of nerdy fanboyism in a while, where it's like, yes, that's.
One thing I do wish about this
moment was awesome.
There was that moment, and there was a Thor moment with the music, but there weren't really any other bits of the Avengers theme, which I was a little bit disappointed in.
I feel like
the score's a bit flat, really.
Yeah,
and I look back to like the greatest moments in like cinema history, and when I think of Lord of the Rings and the great moments in Lord of the Rings, they have like an incredible score behind them, like an absolutely incredible score. And this is just, I've listened to it, and it's kind of just the same sounds, just kind of on repeat, and like just like classic sort of action film sounds, and it's a bit sad really, because like the Avengers theme that is, what's his name, Sylvester's come up with is really good, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem, I just wish he'd kind of used it a bit more.
But I suppose the Avengers never properly came together, I suppose.
Maybe have to wait for 4, I guess, but or even the Captain America theme from Winter Soldier, that's incredible.
Yeah,
the Henry Jackman one. That soundtrack, Winter Soldier, is so good, and that's not reprised in Civil War or here. And I feel like they need to use it a bit more, because it's a big part of a film. Like for me, it's a massive part of a film, and it's a massive part of why I love Lord of the Rings so much.
Yeah, I think like we've said before about this, that there's a huge opportunity here for them to use music and intertwine them between the films, and everyone's got their own theme and then work them into the Avengers films and stuff, but they obviously hadn't taken that
advice, not listening.
That thing. Well, you know what I mean. Like they probably getting ahead of themselves, probably to plan for that kind of success, to intertwine them all and everything. But yeah, it didn't stick out to me when I watched it, sort of thing. But I was just kind of waiting for like a moment where that kicks in, like on the trailer.
Yeah. And
it was cool when Captain America came in and stuff, and
the music for that bit was really good, because I really like that theme from the Avengers. But
no, you're right.
Just a little bit more maybe would have been nice.
Yeah, the only thing about with that Cap scene is like I kind of wanted it to come later on in the film than it actually did.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but there's so much going on.
Awesome. Like there's so much going on, but I was kind of like, just like we know Cap's going to appear. It would have just been nice. I don't know.
The whole film was like third act, though, wasn't it? Like there's no way you could have not done something earlier on in the film.
Exactly, yeah. I think that's it. It wouldn't have worked with the structure, but I kind of just wanted to be teased a little more.
And to be fair, I've actually said in my notes that Cap wasn't it enough.
Exactly, I was going to argue with that point, but
I wanted him in it more.
I'd say like he could have been in it more, but I wish that moment had come later, and then there'd been.
It was just him for half an hour on his own.
Yeah. After that.
Oh, okay.
No. I think 4 will be his film.
Yeah, I think it will as well. Him and Tony didn't meet up either.
Exactly, no, but I'm glad they didn't, because there was so much going on in this.
Yeah. We're going to come to that in a bit, so don't do it now.
When that bit comes, I feel like that's going to be such a huge moment that it maybe would have been lost within this film.
Yeah,
like we've got all the other little jokey people coming back together and stuff, like Thor coming back and Hulk coming back and stuff like that. I feel like that
and all the new people meeting as well.
Yeah, I think the moment between Cap and Tony is going to be so big and so like emotionally charged that it could have got lost within this film. So I'm kind of glad they didn't do it, really.
I keep forgetting they've already kind of shot this film and are now in post.
Yeah,
and it's like it's there and it's done. Like, it's not done, but it's all kind of written and sorted out.
But we're waiting so long for it.
Release it now, please.
Too long.
I want to really want to know the title, actually. What's the thing you tagged me in about Kevin Feige not?
It's
said they'd not revealed the title because
not revealed the title, and the kind of way it was phrased was that they've not revealed the title for the next one because it's a spoiler for this one, and then everyone at Marvel kind of jumped on this bandwagon of going, oh yeah, the title's a spoiler, and now Kevin Feige's come out and gone, we've built this up into some. We didn't want to really say the name because we didn't want to take away from this film, but now people think that the title's going to be something incredible, and it's never going to live up to that hype that we've accidentally built for it. And he was like, it's had the opposite effect of what we wanted it to have.
Yeah, I assume it's just something like Infinity Quest or Thanos Quest, or like. Yeah, it would just be something that implies that the film hasn't ended where it has.
Yeah, or it'd be like a reference to an obscure comic book line or like story or something that this is going to take inspiration from or something like that.
Yeah, called Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
which implies that obviously the stones have not been destroyed. So in a way, it kind of could be a spoiler, but it could be still very vague, I guess.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Wait and see. I did think they were going to reveal it though at the end of this film. When it says like Thanos will return, I thought it was going to say Thanos will return in.
I love that Thanos will return.
I thought
so
maybe
good.
we weren't going to get an end credit sequence. I thought maybe we'd just get the title for the next film.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. But who am I to say? So, you know,
you've not produced 19 multi-million-dollar films like Kevin Feige, Matt. So
no, I've produced 3 low-budget films that have gone into some festivals that no one's heard of. So
same thing, innit?
Same thing, yeah.
Exactly the same thing.
Call it quits.
Do you want to know what else I liked, Matt?
Yeah, go for it.
I really enjoyed the way they used the Infinity Stones because
they were awesome.
It was I was really worried that it would just be like a MacGuffin film.
Yeah.
Like Justice League. Sorry. But it wasn't. Just something I figured out the other day in Justice League as well. It's one of the reasons it's so boring is because half the film is literally them getting the league together, and it's all so convoluted, and the way Batman has to just go around picking people out of like a lineup is so uninteresting and just stupid compared to like the Avengers when you have them all coming together really, really naturally.
Yeah.
And Justice League, it's literally Batman going, do you want to join my team? Do you want to join my team? Do you want to join my team? It's like, it's so unimaginative.
Whereas like Avengers is kind of people going, we kind of even don't want to be a team, but we've got to be a team.
We've all ended up in the same place in a way that makes sense for the plot. And it's like we've all just ended up here because we've all fighting the same person. And then we'll start the team after we've already made friends with each other. But yeah, I really enjoyed how they used the Infinity Stones. Like the way that Thanos got them in order as well, and the way that drove the plot and what happened was really clever. So like he gets the he obviously starts with the Power Stone, which is like the most boring one, which doesn't have any sort of interesting powers, and he obviously uses that to like destroy the ship. And then he gets the Space Stone. The Space Stone lets him teleport everywhere. And then he gets the Reality Stone, which he does that really cool reality switch out on nowhere.
Yeah, I think that might be one of my favourite scenes.
Yeah, actually. Where it looks like Gamora's killed him, and you just think...
Yeah, but because like Gamora's like... Zoe Salon was so good in that bit where it's just like she's breaking down, like she thinks she's killed him, but she's still like breaking down crying, not in like relief or anything, in sort of a weird mixture of emotions.
Yeah. So it's
like,
really good.
It's really good.
And like the heartbreak as well when you realise that he's just having them on.
Yeah, he's just like lol banter.
And then like the Soul Stone bit was really cool. And the way I think it is the most powerful stone in the comics as well. So I'm kind of glad they've gone with that and not use it as a MacGuffin. But the whole way that you have to sacrifice a soul to get the soul, and it's surprise, surprise, Red Skull just turns up.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
It's pretty good though, because I kind of forgot he got like beamed away at the end of Captain America.
Yeah, I completely forgot to ask someone on the way out. I was like, what actually happened to him at the end of the first Avengers?
I completely forgot that.
Well, people like crapped their pants in my cinema when
I think
Red Skull.
I don't think people else got it. I was like, I heard it and I was like, that sounds like Hugo Weaving, and it isn't even Hugo Weaving.
No, it's not. No,
but I was like, this sounds like him.
I know, but obviously I was at midnight with all the nerds.
All the nerds, yeah.
And was like, "Whoa!"
Like
did people cheer and clap in yours at all?
Nah.
People cheered.
This is really annoying people in mine.
People cheered when Cap showed up, like proper full on, like yes, come on. And then again when Thor came back with his big axe.
That was an awesome bit.
Again, the more people just clapped for that bit.
That was a good bit though.
It was a good bit. Yeah, to be fair, Guff at the end of it, at the end was saying like, I did nearly join in when Cap appeared.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, but no, that scene on whatever the planet's called with the Soul Stone, that was going to be what I was going to say for one of my favorite scenes. I just thought that was like the bit where Gamora's like, "Why are you crying? Like, you're such a wuss, like blah blah blah," and Red Skull just sort of says he's not crying, the tears aren't for him, sort of thing, and it's just makes him such a more complex villain. Do you know what I mean? And this idea that she just thinks, "Oh, I've won here because he doesn't love anything, so he's never going to get the Soul Stone," sort of thing. It's quite heartbreaking, really.
Yeah, yeah.
And what I don't get is they've surely known the building to this point, and obviously I don't know when they would have made the decision for that scene of Thanos having to kill Gamora to get the Soul Stone. But you can imagine it's probably been quite a while, maybe. You just think, why has Gamora not been given... Definitely probably by Guardians 2, they surely must have known. You think, why has Gamora not been given more to do in the two films that she's been in?
Yeah, especially quite a lot in Guardians 2, didn't she? She had a whole thing with Nebula and stuff, didn't she? But...
Yeah, but it didn't... I felt like it needed more to do with Thanos and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's the daughter of Thanos. They're both the daughter of Thanos. But there's more emphasis on Nebula's relationship with Thanos than Gamora's.
Yeah,
and
true.
You just kind of feel by that, like, yeah, maybe in the first one, when they're doing the first one, they didn't know that this was going to be a scene, so fair enough. But it's like she's so good in this film. You just think, and like that scene was really emotional. But if she'd had a bigger build up in those two earlier films, like more to do, then rather than just being Quill's like girl, then it could have had like a much like even bigger impact.
Yeah, possibly.
But that's a fault of earlier films, not this film, because that scene was really like incredible. Yeah,
it's really good. And then
something you don't get with a villain, that like it's just a unique kind of thing of just their dynamic. Like the whole dynamic was just I found really interesting throughout the whole film. Their thing that they're always on completely opposite sides, and she hates him, but they're still kind of just father and daughter sort of thing. I thought it was really interesting.
It was. There's also the way the time stone was used to really like heartbreaking kind of effects. Like it's just the way in which it was structured around Thanos getting those gems, and the powers he got with the gems was just so well thought out.
Just beat for beat, it was perfectly like balanced.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed that because that was the one thing I was really worried about. Just thinking, is it just going to be Thanos just wandering around getting stones,
and, like blowing stuff up with the stones? Like,
and there's very little sort of
power
destruction-y. Like the action was so well done as well. Like it felt really real, considering there's a mass horde of aliens like we've had in Avengers 1 and Avengers 2. You've had like a swarm sort of enemy.
Yeah.
It did feel really different from those two films.
Yeah, but I think because it like whereas the other films would have just fixated on that battle and done, oh, here's a cool move. Like it wasn't really fixated on the battle. The battle was the distraction for
exactly
the other things going on, and then you cut in between that and on Titan and stuff like that, and Thor getting the axe and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so
that leads really well into the fight on Titan, Matt. That's another one of my favorite bits.
Yeah, that was cool. That,
and I loved Doctor Strange in that fight. Like, I love how he's so OP as well now, like Thor.
Yeah, he's so powerful. Yeah, he's just
it's really
but
good.
You need it though. But
that.
I just love that even though you've got all these superheroes that are so powerful, they can just about contain Thanos with 3 Infinity Stones. That's how powerful like Thanos is. But it doesn't feel ridiculous either. Like we know how powerful he is. Like you kind of get an idea of that in the very first scene when he has a punch up with Hulk.
Yeah,
like, you get the idea that he's very powerful.
The tone set so well from the start.
Yeah, and then, but you never could like sometimes in these films when you've got the villain that's supposed to be all powerful, you sat there going, well, how are they beating him? Like, why is he not just destroying them all instantly with his power and stuff like that? Whereas with this, it just felt really balanced that you've got all these heroes that are incredibly powerful and they're just about managing.
Yeah, I love the whole
contain him
mechanism of being don't let him shut his hand as well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know like it's probably a bit silly, but he kind of needs to use the gauntlet to
wield
the stones.
Yeah.
So kind of stopping him clenching his fist. I know it's a bit weird, but they kind of needed a mechanic like that to stop him from just destroying them in seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I like the way he hits like a few people. I think he hits Black Panther and Captain America like really hard, and it kind of made me feel sick.
Yeah,
like it felt like so heavy.
Like, felt visceral, didn't it?
Like, he just smacks him into the floor.
Yeah,
and he's really like kind of like you kind of feel it a bit. I was kind of like, oh, that's like winded me a bit.
Yeah, you can feel like the weight of it, definitely.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, and what do you think of the bit where Quill messes it up for everyone?
That was a bit. That's one bit that does annoy me a little bit, to be honest.
I think it's in fitting with his character.
I think it is, yeah. But everything he did in this film irritated me a bit, to be honest. Apart from the bit, I forgot one of the funniest bit is where Doctor Strange asks him, "What master do you serve?" And he goes, "What am I supposed to say, Jesus?"
Oh yeah, that was a brilliant line. Actually, other favorite scene, Drax's crush on Hulk, or not on Hulk, on Thor.
Yeah, it's just a dude. This isn't a dude. You're a dude. This is a man.
Yeah, I like Drax. Drax was good.
Yeah, standing like silent as well. How long have you been stood there?
Yeah.
An hour.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, I think I liked Quill, and I thought that scene worked with his character of just.
Yeah, it did, but it was sort of. I think you'd have more composure. Would you?
I don't know.
You'd just be like, "We'll get the gauntlet off, and then I can punch him in the head." I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was well done, but what I felt like could have been more.
I feel like if he didn't know the plan and had gone in at the last minute, maybe. Yeah, that might have made a bit more sense.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't really seem to have an emotional thing after it either of like processing the fact that she died. I mean, obviously I know, but like at the same time, where would you fit that in? But I felt like it needed. Yeah. For his character, anyway, it felt like it needs. I mean, obviously, he's one of the ones that's disintegrated. So, but it feels at some point you kind of maybe need that for his character.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know if we'll see that or not. I'll come on to that in a bit actually, because I've got a theory about that.
Have you? Exciting.
Another favorite scene was mine when Spider-Man disintegrates.
Yeah, although
like apologizing to Tony.
Yeah, although
very sad.
Guff and I have a pet peeve with this, where something like this happens, some people just burst suddenly into dust.
Yeah,
and then the characters that need to have an emotional beat do it really slowly.
Yeah, I love the bit as well where Falcon's like looking for War Machine's looking for Falcon.
Yeah. We were saying like the Bucky one felt a bit underplayed.
Yeah, it did.
Like, it'd be really cool if like Bucky had stumbled towards Cap and Cap had tried to like grab him, and he'd just like fallen through Cap's arms as he disintegrated and stuff.
Do you know what I thought happened at the start of that scene? Because it's like Thor and Captain America, and Captain America's like shouting at Thor, and Thor's not responding, and it keeps cutting between the two, and they're not shown in the same shot. I thought he'd like split the universe in half or something, and they'd both end up in like different dimensions. And I thought I was like a genius. I'm like, yeah, I've got it. I know what's going on here. and then but they're not in the same shot for ages until like the very end. And I'm like, all right, why didn't Thor was just ignoring them? Was he right? Great.
Shell shocked. But then there was that really.
It's a bit weird though. Watch it again, you'll see it, and it's a bit. It seems a bit odd. It does look like that.
There's really like the only part that the CGI that I thought was really bad was like Bruce Banner and the Hulkbuster in the back of shot. Just take him out. Just have him stood there. You don't need
just
to
put the armor on his head.
Yeah, and his head just looks really small.
I don't know if that's supposed to look funny though.
No, because it's like a really powerful moment. Because Cap's just sat there and he just like absolutely.
There's a bit earlier on when it's funny.
That's what. Yeah, it was a bit where he's just completely overwhelmed by what's just happened and stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking, would it be more effective if the people didn't disintegrate and just kind of died?
I kind of liked how it.
This reminds me of the end of Harry Potter where Voldemort just disintegrates for no reason.
Yeah, true.
I'm not a big fan of that effect. It just.
I think it kind of
works in the context of the Infinity Stones, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it makes sense. Like it's just sort of erasing it. Like it's not killing. Well, it is kind of killing them, but
I suppose it is because they're not wiping the memory of that. Not wiping them from existence. Or he's just literally just killing them. Which I think in the comic is slightly different. Because I think in the comic he stops people existing, whereas in this he's just killing them. Yeah. No, but they're all my favourite bits.
Yeah. I think what was I gonna say? Can't remember now.
We'll move on.
There was a bit as well, like with Drax when Drax was disappearing. He turns to Peter and he's just like, Quill. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he just doesn't understand what's
happening. Yeah.
What's happening? Yeah. But also, like when Groot disappeared, loads of people might seem like, oh, no.
Who gives a shit about Groot?
I was like,
just one good thing in the film.
Spider-Man and like Bucky and Falcon and stuff. Characters.
I love the Black Panther one. That fake out was really good. Where it looks like it's going to be, I can't remember her name, Okoye.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be her.
Yeah, no.
Like the way it's shot, you think it's going to be her who goes, and it's not. So that was really good.
It's just I love that. I mean, this is probably coming to a bit that you've got down, but with the fact that Doctor Strange is gone.
Yeah.
But he obviously knows the plan. Like he knows what has to happen for the universe to be right again, and he knows how this ends and the events that are going to lead this for them to succeed and everything. And he knew that he was going to die. He had to die for that to happen. But I like that because it makes sense that he's gone, because otherwise you'd have that situation of why doesn't he just tell them exactly what to do and when to do it and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that even like Tony didn't really get it either at the time. Like
no one's got it. Everyone else is like, don't give it him.
Yeah.
But like after the film, I could hear people like saying, why did Doctor Strange give him the stone? He said he wasn't going to do it. I was like, what? Have you watched the film at all? And I heard it's on the IGN podcast as well. Someone said, why would he just give him the stone? Like, because he's already said this is how it has to be. This is.
Yeah, he literally says that to Tony because Tony's like, why? And you can understand Tony not getting it because they've just been in a big fight. He's just been stabbed and stuff. Like he's not all there at the moment. And Doctor Strange says something like, "This is the end game now." Meaning this is what I had planned all along. This was always what I was going to do.
Well, I guess it wasn't his plan, but it's after he saw what was going to happen, he knew.
Yeah, that's what I mean. After he saw,
it's not really. It's not really his plan either, is it? Because he already knows what is going to happen, so he kind of has no choice.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
So it's not like he's orchestrating it, really.
Well, he is because there's multiple outcomes. He said he watched 4 million of them, like
14 million, wasn't it? Wasn't it more than that? Whatever. I think it's billion. I don't know.
However many, he's watched them all. So he's influencing those events.
But once he's gone, he's not.
Well, not once he's gone, he's not. No, but he knows that that's as far as he can take it, and then after that, it's the choice of the Avengers, I suppose, to push it forward.
Wow. The end is near.
So this question is going to be a bit void now, Matt. Who did you think the most important character was?
Doctor Strange, probably.
Yeah, Doctor Strange for mine. I was really surprised at how much he had to do in this, actually, because he was.
Yeah, I liked
he was the
it,
one character. Yeah, no, I loved it. I really loved all the magic and stuff. But he had a lot more to do than I thought he would. Like a lot more to do.
Yeah.
I suppose it's because he's one of the only few powerful like beings, I suppose, who could realistically do anything, and that's why I really like this, because they kind of didn't. Like, they obviously sidelined Cap because he only has sort of a certain amount he could actually do against Thanos.
Yeah, he could punch him up a bit, but
I love the uppercut he does on Thanos. Actually, he's really good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
But yeah, they used the characters who they needed to use rather than just the ones they kind of wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like as you said, you would be like, oh, I'd like more Cap, but realistically, what do you have him do? What more can he do? Sort of thing. Probably not a lot. So you have your Thors and your Doctor Stranges and your Scarlet Witches doing all the powerful stuff, and then everyone else just doing what they can, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which I kind of think is the spirit of the Avengers, really, isn't it? Like, it's not about who's most powerful. It's about who's.
It's like Batman and Justice League, man.
Yeah, not the actual Justice League film, but like the concept of normal Justice League.
When it's good.
No, like them. Did you like Scarlet Witch and Vision?
Yeah, I like the dynamic, actually. It felt quite natural.
Yeah,
whereas in Age of Ultron, like Hulk and Black Widow kind of felt like it came from absolutely nowhere.
Yeah,
like during I don't have an issue with it. I was like, okay, that's fine now. I don't really see where this has come from. It felt a bit convoluted at the start, but once it kind of happened, it was fine.
Yeah, I was like, I'm fine with it. Yeah,
but this felt really natural and really, really kind of good.
Yeah,
and obviously they have the stone as kind of the kind of thing that links them together as well.
Yeah, just like that.
Really cool. I love the idea of Paul Bettany as well, just being normal.
Yeah,
not a robot for a bit.
Yeah, it's good.
Until he gets his head crushed.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like the idea she can destroy them as well, which is really.
Can she only destroy that one?
I don't know.
I have a feeling Vision to say something where he says like you need the same force or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know.
No, I thought it was really good. Like that bit where she's destroying the stone in him as well, and
holding Thanos off at the same time.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't remember what you're saying to her, but he's saying something to her.
He's like, I don't feel pain, I only feel you, or something like that.
No, he's as he's actually died, like he's saying something, and it's that idea that he just said, it's not fair that it has to be you, but it is, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's really good.
I really like that there was like proper emotion there that she's gonna have to kill him and she loves him, but
and
it's so unfair that it is her that has to do it. But
and it's like all these relationships as well, like the Peter and the Tony Stark one that's been built over 3 films, like Thor and Loki. When Loki dies, like that relationship's been going since like 2009.
Yeah, we've not really spoken about that, have we? Loki dying.
Yeah,
it's kind of like caught me off guard a bit because it was so
did
early.
A bit. Because our screen didn't show adverts for some reason. It went straight to trailers, so I think it started about 10 minutes earlier than it should have done. And people were just walking in late for the first like 10-15 minutes with like the phones out looking for fucking seats.
Yeah.
And do you remember just
people
doing your
that
editing?
at midnight though.
You're just getting distracted. So when I was first watching it, I was kind of like, oh, what? That's just happened. Because I was kind of so annoyed at everyone just being a dickhead. And this was like 3 o'clock on a Thursday, Friday afternoon. Was it Friday? No, it wasn't. It was Thursday night. Yeah, it's Thursday night, 9 o'clock Thursday night.
Yeah, but people were coming in late to the midnight showing. I was like, one, how are you late? Because where have you? Like, it's not like you're coming straight from work or something. Like, where
what
have you been
doing?
2, how are you a big enough nerd to come at midnight and miss the first 5 minutes of the film?
Yeah, it's mental. Like you just missed Loki die. Well done.
Exactly. Yeah, and you've ruined it for me as well.
Yeah, so that really took me off guard. And the second time I found it a lot more effective. I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I do like the Thor Loki dynamic is really good. Like especially after Ragnarok.
It needed to happen, though, didn't it? Really.
It did, yeah. But like the bit after Ragnarok where he's like, "Do you really think that this of me, brother?" And he's like, "I thought the world of you."
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? That's such like a great moment.
It's so.
Like,
I'm glad it's perfect as well that he redeemed himself.
Yeah, because Yeah. Loads of people are like, oh, I think he's going to double cross him again. It's like he's not.
He can't do, can he?
The trailer's edited to make it look like he is, but he obviously isn't because that's done. I mean, not only would it be like beating a dead horse, you know, doing the same storyline again and again, but like with Thor saying that, it's their dynamics changed now. Loki's changed after that because that's all he ever wanted was someone's approval.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's really good. I really like that. I can't remember what point I was making. Oh yeah, like all the relationships have been like built over so many films. So like all the legwork's already done. So it's literally just payoff for so much stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's just so much pay. That's why I think this film was so satisfying because it was all just payoff, like all the way through, pretty much.
But it wasn't unnecessary payoff. Like we didn't get the Tony Steve reunion, which everyone probably really wanted, because it wouldn't have worked. Like it wasn't for this film. I think it's just a perfect balance of this is what the film is, and we're not going to do fan service just for the sake of it. Yeah,
that was nice. I think that's going to be such an amazing moment in Avengers 4 now.
Yeah.
Because I think that's it. Like we've gone, this stuff's done now, so we can look at Avengers 4 and go, okay, what do we not get in this that we're probably going to and that's one of the things that we're definitely going to be getting.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this plan of yours. I think it's good, except it sucks. So let me do the plan, and that way it might be really good.
Before we go on to talk about Avengers 4, Matt, was there anything you did not like apart from the Gamora bit?
The Gamora bit?
Well, you wanted more Gamora, but that's not really this film, was it? So
yeah. I generally don't think there is, to be fair. I was just so into all of it, and just having such a great time. There was nothing that particularly like overly starts. I mean, like I think the Bruce and Hulk thing was a little weak.
I quite like that.
I kind of liked it, but I felt like it didn't make it that clear exactly what was going on.
I wonder if that was different in the original
I've heard,
cut. Because there's a shot in the trailer where they're all running out the trees and Hulk's running behind them.
To be fair, they probably just CGI'd him in to show, oh, look, Hulk.
It can't be
I just like that dynamic there. But like afterwards, I kind of realised, it's because like Hulk's scared of Thanos.
Thanos, yeah.
But I don't think that really came across as well as
I figured it out, Matt. So
as well as it is, it maybe isn't. I mean, it's kind of like, what's the purpose of it as well? To just not have Hulk in it at all after that first bit, because I felt like, having bits where he's trying to turn into Hulk and he can't. But then I felt like why was there not a moment where he becomes Hulk again? Like, is that going to have a payoff? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I assume it will.
Yeah. Kind of felt that was a little bit of a weak bit for me, but it didn't by any means ruin the film for me.
I really like that bit.
I liked it. I liked the theory. I just felt like I kind of didn't see the point, and maybe the point will come clear in Avengers 4, but I just don't know what. Yeah, maybe the Hulk will have a big moment in Avengers 4 where he finally goes like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to come out and smash stuff up."
Yeah.
But we've kind of already had that moment, so I don't know.
Maybe you'll say, "I'm always angry."
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. We've kind of had that bit, so I don't
know. I think it adds an extra layer to like their dynamic.
No, I think it
if
does.
It is resolved, it'd be quite interesting.
I mean, I think it's interesting that Hulk and Banner have become about like laughs now, rather than like the mainly comedic sort of things, rather than. I would have liked to have seen a bit more seriousness to that. Maybe that's why it didn't land as well for me, because it was always kind of played as a bit of a joke, like him trying to turn into Hulk and stuff. Which is fine sometimes, but I felt like in the final battle there should have been, a bit more of a serious tone to his and Hulk's sort of balancing of his persona and everything.
Yeah, maybe not.
But and that's just me thinking about it off the top of my head now. It's not been something that's bugging me.
Yeah, I don't have an issue. The only thing it's not even something I didn't like, but it was just I wanted more Captain America. But
it's because you fancy Chris Evans, you perv.
Yeah, not as much as Chris Hemsworth, though.
What? You don't fancy Chris Evans as much as you fancy Chris Hemsworth, or
correct, yeah.
Chris Hemsworth fancies Chris Evans more than you?
Both.
When I'm done, half of humanity will still exist.
Do you want to talk about the end?
Yeah, let's talk about the end.
Which apparently has been causing some confusion. Or I've seen articles. I don't know if it's just articles, because I'm not sure who's asking for this, but apparently people have been writing articles explaining the end of the Avengers Infinity War. And I heard people coming out of our screenings asking what was going on at the end. And throughout the whole film, I think it said 2 or 3 times that all Thanos has to do to wipe out half the universe is click his fingers.
Yeah.
Thanos then clicks his fingers and half the people on screen begin to disappear.
Die. Yeah.
It seems sort of fairly
explicit
I think maybe as to what's going on, really.
I think maybe people were going to expect it to be a bit more destructive.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe planets exploding and stuff like that. But the thing was, that's not Thanos. If you actually watch that film, he doesn't want to destroy planets.
He explained not making people suffer and stuff. And
yeah, the reason he's doing it is because of overpopulation and limited resources. That's why he wants to wipe out half the universe.
He
means
did
half
throw
the
a moon at
species
someone.
in the universe. Pardon?
He did throw a moon at one point.
Yeah, that was a bit OTT, but
That's good. That
it was good. Yeah, it was a good bit.
And I've seen a lot of articles also saying, "Are these deaths permanent?" Well, obviously they're fucking not permanent, are they? Because there's a Guardian of the Galaxy 3, there's a Black Panther 2, there's a Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
they're not fucking permanent, and no one's pretending that they are. I don't understand why people are kind of getting a bit weird about it.
Yeah,
and obviously none of them are permanent. They're all coming back, obviously, but I think it's just a really nice opportunity because they've obviously built this universe over 10 years to this point, and there's how many superheroes are in this film as there are. It's a really nice opportunity for them to strip it back to the 5 original ones. So Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, assume he's obviously still alive.
Yeah.
Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor are all, and Rhodey as well still alive, isn't he? They're the only ones who are kind of still alive from the Avengers group, and it's all the original Avengers. Obviously, it's just a really nice way of them to kind of get a goodbye tour sort of thing.
Because
they're all going to have their Avengers moment again, and Captain America's probably gonna die, or yeah. So we're going to get these sort of big moments, and they're going to get their moment in the next film before these new wave of characters come back. And
it started with them, so it's going to end with them.
Yeah. And then the new people are going they're not killing off Black Panther, are they? He's just made however much money.
Yeah.
It seems a bit. I don't know if it's. I didn't look at that thing. I kind of thought it was tragic, but I thought it was tragic from the perspective of the character's point of view.
Yeah,
and the way that kind of Chris Evans plays that part where he's just totally lost. I kind of felt it from his point of view, but at no point am I sitting there thinking, "Oh, bloody hell, Chadwick Boseman's not coming back," or Sebastian Stan, who's got an 11-picture deal, he's not coming back as Captain America, is he?
Exactly. Yeah, they're coming back. So,
but I still thought it's quite good.
It
still made you feel the. It still kind of felt like it had weight and consequences because obviously it is a massive thing, even if it's going to be reversed or to some extent reversed.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty good. So they're probably all going to be back, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say
it's whether they're actually dead or not, because in the comics the Soul Stone can absorb souls, so people can live inside of it. It's like its own little world.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're doing that, or I don't know whether the other bit at the end with Thanos when he's stabbed by Thor.
Yeah.
I think maybe the bit where he's talking to Gamora in that world is inside the Soul Stone.
Okay.
So I think Gamora might still not be off the table.
I hope she is. Not that I don't like her, but
I think I just think it was very effective, and she's got 7 Avatar sequels to film. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're going to do that.
So I kind of think that might be inside the Soul Stone. Is my theory on that bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Thanos killing everyone was part of the Soul Stone. So maybe I don't know. They're all in the Soul Stone, or they're all just dead, and they all might come back. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I've no idea where this is going next. So really,
no, that's what I'm really excited about. I love that the Infinity Gauntlet was just looked like it was just burnt out as well.
Yeah, one time use,
destroyed, and even the gems looked kind of pretty broken and messed up.
Did they?
Yeah.
I thought at the end, they were all just going to shoot. Do you know, like in Dragon Ball Z? What the dragon? Once you've
Like
used
the
them, they all
Dragon
just
Balls.
shoot off in loads of different directions. I kind of thought that was going to happen, but
Yeah.
I assume he's still got the gauntlet though, isn't he? Wherever he is.
Yeah, it's just pretty broken, and stuff like that. But
Peter
that
Dinklage's
thing,
making a new one. Fine.
from his point of view, he doesn't need the stones anymore.
Yeah.
Like he's done his purpose, he's done his job. He doesn't need to go about doing that anymore. But yeah, I think with this film, obviously we knew it was going to be about Thanos getting the Infinity Stones, because obviously it's called Infinity War. You know he's going to get the stones. He needed to get them, so that was going to be the majority of this film, and them all coming together. And I wasn't sure where exactly he was going to go with every beat and everything like that, but the general story you kind of had a gist of. Whereas the next one, I just go, well, yeah, it's going to be them reversing what's happened, but
how
and
at
like
what
how
cost,
they do
I
it.
guess.
Yeah, and I'm just, I can't wait for that so much. It's just gonna be good, innit?
I'm gonna play it real safe for a year because I really don't want to die before that comes out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll be so disappointed if I die before that comes out.
Maybe when you're dead, you get to see all the films though.
Maybe, yeah.
So,
Maybe. Oh, do you want to know something I didn't like?
Go on.
That thought of, like, the weird kind of bit where they try to be emotional with Groot and him giving his arm up for Thor's.
Oh, I quite like that. That was quite cool.
No, because I was like, I don't care about Groot. Like, why are they trying to make this emotional? Like, why is it trying to act like this is significant? Like, Groot's just stood on his Game Boy for like all film. Like,
yeah, I didn't really care about it from a Groot perspective. I just thought it was kind of like,
oh yeah, I thought it was cool, but the way it was almost done was trying to make it seem really significant to me. I was a bit like, but
I just remember my other favorite bit with Groot.
Like Groot's just like doing nothing. Like, why is it significant that he's giving his arm up? Like,
well, I suppose he starts fighting, doesn't he? At the end, that's the bit where he takes interest.
I thought it was cool that he gave his arm up, but I just felt it was kind of weirdly paced, that bit, that they were trying to act like it was an emotional beat when it was kind of like no one cares about teenage Groot. People might like grown-up Groot and baby Groot, but teenage Groot, no one cares because he's annoying.
Did you like the?
I hope he stays dead.
I forgot about my other favorite bit was where Thor comes back and he goes, "This is my friend Tree," and he goes, "I am Groot." And Steve goes,
"Oh yeah,
I am Steve Rogers."
I am Steve Rogers.
It was so good.
I just like the bit as well.
Steve Rogers.
Rocket as well. He's with like Bucky, and he's just like, "I'm having that arm."
I love it when he's spinning around as well.
Yeah,
it's like
he's just like partnering for the gun as well. He's like, "How much for the gun?" Just,
I'm having that arm.
It's just good, like, because that's a funny recurring gag that
he's a weirdo.
Yeah,
I love the bit where he's talking about the weapon with Thor as well.
Yeah,
it's like, was the bit with Thor says where it's like, it would melt your minds into madness or something, and Rocket's like, is it weird that I want to go even more?
Yeah,
like,
I think
yes.
like the bit with him wanting the arm as well. Like in the last two films, there's been jokes about him getting like stealing people's eyes and legs and stuff like that. So someone must have been absolutely buzzing the day they came up with that joke. Yeah. Like going into the office, going, guys.
Sebastian Stan just walked in and be like, guys,
once
I've got a metal
Bucky's arm. Like, how good is that? Like, but that's what I mean. These characters are so rich. There's just like those jokes are just going to happen. Like stuff like that's just going to happen because they've been going so long and the characters are so rich, in depth that those things are just going to come up naturally and they're going to feel really planned.
Yeah,
but
and it's like the haircut and the beard joke as well.
Yeah.
It's just like, he has got a beard. It's just of course you'd comment on that if someone you hadn't seen for a few years has a beard.
Yeah. I just feel like I can't like look at this film like any other film because it's just
you can't.
I think
it's not a normal film though, is it? It's not...
if you don't like Marvel, you don't like superheroes, whatever, that's fine if you don't like any of it. But you can't deny the like how big a deal this film is, like
it's
how
so good,
momentous. Like I'd say this is one of the biggest moments in cinema in the past like decade at least, probably more, 20 years. It's like 25 years.
It's something that has never even been attempted. So it's not as if like people have tried it. Well, the people like Marvel started it off, did a few films, did Avengers. Every single big studio has tried to do a shared universe thing since. Every single one of them has made an absolute cock up of it. And now Marvel have done it. They've done 20 films.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like
over 10 years.
It's literally a comic book.
And it's not even
made
like
into a film. It's insane. It's insane that it works.
Yeah, it's like with the other,
mental.
It's like with the other shared universes as well. It's like, okay, we're just going to do these standalones, and then we're going to do, then we're just going to do this film with them all in it. Whereas this has been like, Thanos was teased at the end of Avengers 1. Like, stuff's been teased. These, like, just the characters and the dynamics and the jokes, and like, these guys have been in this film together, and these guys in this film together, and then this film, these guys are going to be together and stuff. And it's just, it's like, just unprecedented, and it's so significant. And I'm kind of angry when people don't just think I'm being a nerd when I'm talking about the significance of it. And it's like, I'm not. I mean, I am a nerd, and I love it because I'm a nerd, but I also just love it because it's
mint.
It's just mint, and it's something I've never seen in cinema before, and that's exciting. And
it's like the
don't make me feel bad about being excited about something. Like, if you don't like it, that's your problem, not mine, pal.
I just remember as well, like, the bit where Captain America appears, and it's him and it's the Winter Soldier like team up. It's like him and Falcon and Black Widow.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, yeah, of course they'd all be like mates together still and hanging out underground,
doing things.
Yeah,
I like it. You didn't need to know what they were doing either. You just know they're doing things.
Doing things, yeah.
Like, you know they're doing things. Oh, I someone watching. What did you think of the Children of Thanos?
I thought they were pretty good. Yeah,
I thought they were really good, actually. I really enjoyed them. It's like little henchmen and stuff.
The guy who was torturing Doctor Strange, I thought he was really good.
He was terrifying.
Yeah,
I found
he's really creepy.
Really creepy. But I thought they were all really good, actually. They kind of all... There wasn't time to really delve into them all, but they kind of all felt like they had
different personalities
and they had backstory, and they had significance as well, which was...
I'm going to start reading the Hickman Avengers run. Who he did the Infinity event like 2013, I think, and where they were all sort of introduced. Going to read that again because it's really good.
I love that line as well, where Scarlet Witch comes down and takes out one of the and then what's her face is just like, why's she been upstairs all this time? Yeah, why's she been upstairs? Like, it's just great.
And it makes sense why she was upstairs as well. Because as soon as she leaves, Vision gets dicked over. So
exactly, yeah. And the reason she's there to destroy the stone as soon as it's out of his head. So she can't be down fighting and then be like, oh, we've got it out now. Do you want to come up and?
Yeah, and she leaves and it all gets fucked up. So
yeah, exactly,
she was right to be up there. I can't think of anything where it doesn't really make sense. The only bit that kind of like you said, him not just crushing Thor's head, and also the Peter Quill bit where he just punches Thanos. But apart from those bits, which kind of need to happen.
Yeah, I think
because you can't really write around that sometimes.
You've got to suspend disbelief, haven't you? At times, like you've got to hope the audience buys into it a little bit. So that, as you said, you could maybe say, okay, Quill arrives late to that bit, and so he doesn't really know what's going on, and that's why he makes that mistake. But then you miss out on all of Quill being part of all of the build-up.
Yeah, exactly.
And, it's not worth taking him out of that build-up just to make it completely watertight sort of solution and stuff like that for that moment.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't really mind plot. Well, it's not really a plot hole. Sort of slight. No, I don't say lazy writing either, but things
it's just
I don't really mind things like that when the character works so good. It doesn't really.
Yeah.
It's not really about how you get there. It's about the friends you make along the way, Matt.
It's about the journey, not the destination.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Perfectly balanced. As all things should be. I hope they remember you.
Do you want to talk about the post-credits sting?
Yeah, Captain Marvel.
Loads of people on our screen didn't have any fucking idea.
Yeah, so many people don't
what's
get
that mean? Well, that was shit.
I like that though. I like that it's gone back to that.
Yeah, I literally said as soon as it finished, like after the film finished, I was just kind of like in a bit of shock.
Yeah.
And then the first thing I said, like when I waited for the credits to end, I was like, that's the best fucking post-credit scene they've done since like Avengers.
Yeah, since Avengers 1, because all the other ones have become like in jokes now and stuff. Whereas, and to be fair, I've not blamed them because it's got to a point where you can't really keep putting really significant things in those moments and teasing stuff. Like, I understand why they've stopped doing it as much, but this one was just like if you don't know what that sign is, you're not going to get it, which I love. Again,
I like that, yeah.
really
do your
cool.
homework or fuck off. It's basically what this film is, isn't it? It's
Be
like
a nerd
if you don't
or
fucking
get
get
out.
it, if you don't get it, then you can fuck off. There's a really horrible article in the New York Times today actually about. Oh, it's really horrible. You should read it. It's like saying that this film is like an advert for all the other films, and it's just disgusting.
Oh, God's sake!
And saying, it's just it's minging. I'd retweet it if anyone wants it, but it's just horrible.
I think the Guardian put something crap on about it as well.
The Guardian gave it 2 really good reviews. I think they did 2 reviews in it, both 4 stars.
No, but I think someone wrote an article about it and was just being like,
get stuffed, mate.
A little. It might have been the Guardian. I think
it's not had that good critical. This is the first film I've not really followed the critical reception for before it came out, or I've not seen anything. But I think because I muted it from my Twitter timeline. But Rotten Tomatoes is only on about 85-ish. Which is
don't
mental.
Understand how. If you're a fan of all the others, I don't understand how you couldn't love this film.
Yeah, it's mental.
I don't understand why you might not like it if you're not into Marvel films. But if you're into the Marvel films, I don't understand how you would dislike this film. I genuinely don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So it looks like Captain Marvel's going to be doing the Adam Warlock sort of role from Infinity Gauntlet, because Adam Warlock's been teased, hasn't he, at the end of Guardians 2? That was a really good tease, actually.
That was a good tease, but they've said it's not.
But he's not in. He's not going to be in Part 4, whatever it's called.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I found that Guardian article. It was one of the reviews for Infinity War, but the snapshot they've given is, it's easy to be cynical about the mechanics of the cash cow franchise, which trades on cliffhangers, and the knowledge that its ticket buying and merchandise buying audience is guaranteed, even if the quality of its films isn't. That's what annoyed me. I was like, yeah, maybe they're not all amazing, but they're all of a standard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your opinion if you don't like them or anything, but again, I think objectively you got to look at them and go,
I think people
they're
look
all
at it
of a standard.
The people who think superhero is a genre film are the same sort of people who don't like them.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're not. Superhero is not a genre film. Comic book is not a film genre.
No, it's not.
And if you I know we shit on Justice League a lot, but that is a shit film, objectively speaking. And I'm a big fan of DC comics and stuff. That's not a good film. They're not comparable, these two things at all.
No, they're not in any sense, shape or form.
You can compare them. One's good and one's not good. So you can compare them, but if you throw them in the same basket, then I suppose, well, you don't get to enjoy a very good film. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
there you go.
Jokes on you.
Jokes on you.
I bet the listeners love the fact that we're actually talking about having a rant about something we like for a change.
Yeah,
talking passionately about something we like.
Yeah, that's the end of the agenda, Matt.
There's the end of the agenda. Is there anything else you want to say? I think I've said everything.
I think I probably have said everything. It's just really good, isn't it? I probably missed out a load of stuff.
Yeah, there's just so much going on, but it doesn't feel overstuffed.
I literally wrote that in a review. I was like, I don't even know how this is coherent, let alone good.
Yeah.
I was kind of willing to accept just a mess if it was fun, really fun. Or, kind of like Age of Ultron, where there's just a bit too much going on, and there's a weird scene where Thor goes to a little bath. I thought there would kind of be a bit more weird stuff like that, and it just really wasn't. It was just so succinct, considering how much he has to get through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so impressive. Really, really impressive.
I'm probably going to go see it again next week.
Yeah, I'm going to go and watch it as soon as I can, but I don't know when that's going to be.
Sucks for you, Matt.
I know, it does suck to be me.
I want a title and I want a trailer now for 4.
I don't want a trailer because then I'll be.
I'm going to wrap myself in cotton wool because I've not been this excited for a film like a year off for so long.
No,
I've been really excited for this since I saw the trailers because obviously they were amazing.
Yeah, but I've kind of
put them in the back of my mind a bit.
But yeah,
and even though I really enjoyed Thor and I really enjoyed Black Panther and I really enjoyed Spider-Man. Yeah, I'd kind of like you said, not lost interest, but I didn't know how they were going to get better. Yeah, I think that was my thing. Like, how are they going to top it? How are they going to top what they've already done? And they have.
Is this the best Marvel film ever?
I don't know. I can't say that yet. I think it's top 3. I think it's top 3 of Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Yeah, I think it's up there with Winter Soldier and Civil War. Yeah, definitely.
For me, yeah. It's the Russos, isn't it? They are pretty good.
Yeah, lived up to the hype.
Yeah, it did definitely.
This has generally been the first film in a while that's lived up to everything I expected it. It was. I kind of came out with that same feeling I came out with The Force Awakens of just going, yeah, that's what I wanted. That's what I needed this film to be.
Yeah,
but probably more so with this.
Yeah, I think The Force Awakens. With this, like the expectations are higher than they were because we had the prequels, obviously with Star Wars.
Yeah,
and J.J. Abrams, as competent as he is, has never really blown me away with anything that he's done before Star Wars. So with this, though, we had like Winter Soldier, Civil War, which is so good, like really pushed the MCU to like new levels. So you knew that it was in really capable hands, and you knew, it was on the back of like some really, really good films. So I don't think you could go into a film with higher expectations than I did going into this. So, and to have them met, it's just.
It was similar
mental.
to what did with The Force Awakens, but better.
Try not to get your hopes up for 4. I just can't wait for the emotion in 4.
Yeah, it's just gonna like that scene where Cap and Tony come back together is just gonna it's gonna be incredible.
I don't know who, like, if I want them both to die or want them to die. I kind of feel like Tony has to sacrifice himself for Steve or something. Did you think Tony was going to die, by the way?
I thought he was.
I was genuinely like, like our audience, like they like audibly, like everyone was like, I like in to take a breath because it's really, again, it was like that Thanos thing where it's like really visceral.
Yeah.
And it just felt, you could feel it like go through him. And then did they make a mistake by, I suppose like the bit Doctor Strange like saves him or stops Thanos from killing him properly. But I kind of already assumed that he was dead at that point. So that first time that bit kind of missed me. I kind of missed that bit the first time because I kind of assumed Tony had already been stabbed to death.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But yeah, and he just repairs himself with some nanobots, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been kind of heartbreaking if him and Steve had never. So it would have been heartbreaking at the time and then kind of anticlimactic after you'd thought about it and just gone, oh, I can't believe they never.
Kind of like Han and Luke.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad. At the time, I was like, oh, I'm a bit gutted they've copped out on that. And at the same time, now you've seen the ending, you've seen all the ones who are left. And now I actually can't wait to see those 5 or 6 stand in a circle again and the camera spin round. What I want is basically exactly the same shot, but them all looking really old and tired.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
They look better now.
No, they do actually. Chris Hemsworth now, man.
Chris Hemsworth.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus
Christ. What a man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the hair and the beard. I noticed as well, like, I think it's Mr. Sunday Movies pointed out that he dyes his eyebrows in the first Thor.
Oh, yeah.
And I've always wondered,
that's so weird.
I've always been like, why does he look weird in this film? His hair's weird because he's got a weird bob, and Loki's hair's awful as well. I think that's why I don't like Thor 1, because the hairs and
the wigs.
Yeah, they look awful. But yeah, also the eyebrows.
The eyebrows.
There
we go.
Yeah.
Is that the end?
Yeah, that's the end. I feel quite sad now because
I know.
I might
need
go back
to
and watch it
again, like right now. But I'm in work at 5 a.m. So
yeah,
I'm
maybe not.
To.
Get rid of that.
Hope's not.
Get rid.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll do. Let us know what you thought of the film.
Yeah.
I quite had to talk to more people about it, actually. I did put out a plea for some feedback and no one replied. So what can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do?
Nothing.
Make friends. That's what you can do.
Yeah, could do that.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to some more people about it because I feel like I'm really fanboying over it.
Yeah, it's the first thing I've fanboyed over in a while.
Yeah. And I just feel like other people aren't going to get it at all.
Yeah.
Like not get it, but I don't know. I'm so invested. It's kind of like I was thinking like this. It's kind of like that's kind of weird, but like on my wedding day, when like all your mates and your family are all like together and you've not been together for ages. And it's people you kind of like grew up with, and everyone's kind of like grown up together, and it's kind of like, oh, that's cool, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
we've got an inside joke with you. I've got an inside joke with you. I've got an inside joke with you. And you all do little, like, it's just kind of weird, isn't it?
It is weird,
but good,
but nice. Yeah,
I wish they were all my friends, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, well.
If people want to find us, to see or listen to more of this stuff, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Follow us on all that.
All the Twitters.
Yeah. We're doing One Fighter Boss soon, if you actually do it.
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
I'll do it now.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. now, isn't it? Gotta get
Still
on that.
watching that?
Yeah, it's good. It's mint now. They're in the future, Matt.
Ooh.
It's actually really good.
Maybe I should watch it.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I know. I should watch it.
It's
I watched
actually
season 1.
Season 1's like the worst season.
Is it? I liked it. It's good.
It's good, but it's the worst one.
Is it?
Season 2.
Maybe we should get in.
Yeah, that's good.
Maybe that can fill the Avengers void.
It really is. It's a really nice like little team of people as well, and they all seem to like really like each other. It's just
That's
nice,
cool.
isn't it? Yeah, it's really nice.
Sounds nice. All right. Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
that's it. See you later, guys.
Anything
Thanks for
else?
listening. Subscribe. Tell your friends, please. Thanks.
Watch Avengers.
Watch Avengers. Again, come back. I'm going to go watch it now. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.